I'm doing a live, guys. So I'm doing a live, guys. So just gonna be fun. I'm giving you big hugs in a second. 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 I'm doing a live. I'm doing a live. I'll give big hugs in a second. I'll give big hugs in a second. I'm doing a live. I'm doing a live. I am doing a live. I'm doing a live. I'm doing a live. I'm doing a live. And
very nice. Very nice.
Are you really as good as they all say you are? Good as they all say you are?
Every once in a while. Every once in a while.
Is it echoing again? Is it humongous? I don't know why it does that shit. That's annoying. But welcome all. It turns out last week I had my microphone. It was using my laptop microphone. That's why it sounds shit. So I'm hoping it sounds a lot better this week. But thank you all for coming. Are we good audio-wise now? Are we sounding all right now? double farts are always awesome. Yes, I apologize for last night. It's probably going to be a skeleton crew today, given it's Monday and not Sunday for everybody. But yeah, I was out in the bush, and yeah, there's no Wi-Fi out in the bush. I was literally up in the mountains. I thought I would try and get some a hotspot on my phone by buying additional data. That didn't work. And then I was involved in a car accident today on the way back, so I was a bit late. So I haven't got a shitload going on, but I got some shit happening. We've got new Bullshido. We've got a Seagal video to watch that PSP sent me. Apparently I'm mentioned in it somewhere. So we're going to watch that. And a couple other bits and bobs. But thank you all for coming though, nonetheless. I appreciate it. It's been a quiet week for Seagal, other than the only thing I've really got in terms of him, like actual him related shit, would be they're starting to edit his crappy movie now. I wish I had some fight scenes of him, but I don't. But they're starting to edit his movie. I do have something in regard to the movie. Yeah, I heard about Vince McMahon. I didn't see the footage, but I did hear about him getting in a car accident. Yeah, no, I'm good. No one was hurt. You know, without getting into too much detail, just a stupid mistake that was done by somebody. But anyway, it is what it is. It's not important. We're here for Seagal. I'm safe and sound. Everybody's safe and sound, which is important. We're here for Seagal. So Order of the Dragon, again, like I mentioned last time, comes out. Oh, I should be sharing the screen. One sec. That's better. All right, get my fat head off. Order of the Dragon comes out on December 18. The same day I mentioned once as what's it called? Avengers Doctor Doom or whatever the fuck it's called. That one. Oh.
And
okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to watch a video from the guy that was in Order of the Dragon with Steven Seagal. Okay. The title of this clip, by the way, just so no one believes me, I'm not talking shit. You can all see the screen. Steven Seagal fought several fights in Order of the Dragon without a stunt double, ! By the way, they're obviously taking the piss, which is great. You can see him in full size during the fights and admire, what's the rest of it say? I can't see the rest of it. And admire something. And admire his awesome technique, I guess it says. His Aikido technique. Steven Seagal is back. And then the comments, by the way, not a lot of comments, but the comments are, no one misses him or his movies since he plays I don't know what that is. The same invincible character in every one.
Now it is with incredible pleasure that I present to you the recipient.
Whoa. Slow down, Woody. Why is Woody getting involved? That is great news. Okay, that's interesting. Someone said that's great news. Can't wait. Clap, clap, clap. Gone to a few seminars with Seagal. Again, amazing Aikido. DZ, how are you, mate? Anyway, he apparently does. Let's see what this guy has to say. Apparently, he does his own fights.
And this movie, Order of the Dragon, they wanted to bring Seagal back in that. Because it was 6 years ago, I think he did his latest movie. Yeah. Now, without giving too many spoilers, normally Seagal is combos. He have quite some cuts, like a little bit of Hollywood.
Everyone knows about the cuts. Chuck Norris said it like years ago, like literally like 30 years ago, and now everyone knows about the cuts.
Good stuff. Actually, in this one we have longer takes. We have like bigger moves, and we can really see what he's doing in a good way.
Oh, that's cool.
He was very happy after the shooting. He said, "This is cool," and this guy's dangerous. I think he's a great actor. We were having cool scenes together, and he was testing me. And you have to go fast, but I'm 100 kilos, right? So to go in 1 second is, we made it, and I made him happy, and we have a nice fight scene. And
they have a nice fight scene. So apparently he does his own stunts. I mean, let's see. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not going to hold my breath, obviously, but yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what she said. Who the hell is Dr. Murdercock? That's got to be Dr. Murdercock's got to be Dino. I don't know. Let's put it to a poll. Is Dr. Murdercock Dino? This is pretty much just it's just chucking in a poll there. All right. So anyway, there's not other than that, they've got a few extra Seagal clips. Now, Danny Trejo, right? Played what's his name in Machete with Seagal, but a lot of you guys may not remember that back in the day before that, though, he was a bit character where he got thrown in the boot of a car by Seagal. I can't remember what movie it was. I think it was Marked for Death. He got thrown in the boot of a car. Oh shit, where are we? He got thrown in the boot of a car by Seagal, but he actually killed Seagal. So this is an interview that was recently out with Danny Trejo talking about Seagal.
God, hey, I'm the only one to ever kill Steven Seagal.
You're the only person to kill. Yo, mark that. That's a historical moment right there, man.
It was funny. I ran into him. He says, "Hey, Daddy, you think there's anything for me in Machete?" Because I guess he had been having like problems getting money and stuff. And I thought, let me ask Robert. And I asked Robert Rodriguez. Robert, Steven Seagal asked if there's anything for him in Machete.
So that's Steven Seagal's hitting up Danny fucking Trejo. See how the world goes full circle? He was an extra in the Seagal movie. Then Seagal's asking him for work.
Robert goes, "Let's kill him."
Sorry, Dr. Murdercock. I get it. You were doing Vin Diesel being talking to the Brazilian interviewer. That's a very obscure joke. I just thought you were being a weirdo like this guy Dino. That's all right, Humongous. Is he still bothering you, or is he all good? I hope he's not bothering you still. I kind of feel responsible for that, even though there's not much I could have done about it. But by association, he kind of leached onto you. So that sucks for you, man. I'm sorry that had to happen.
So, I'm the only one to ever kill Steven Seagal on screen.
Wow, man, that's some great trivia right there. Danny Trejo, the only one that killed Steven Seagal on screen, man. That's amazing, bro. Did you know George Clooney was in From Dusk to Dawn? He was relatively new back at that time. Brand new, right?
Brand new, yeah. And he's such a gentleman, such a nice guy.
Uh-huh.
And
whoa, they're still talking about Seagal? No, they're not, right?
Danny Trejo, the only one that killed Steven Seagal on screen, man. That's amazing, bro. Did you know George Clooney was in From Dusk to...
Okay, so they pivot to George Clooney. So anyway, he just talks about killing Seagal. Now, we'll stop that vote because no one really cares. I'll let you guys decide which order we're going to do this in. What to watch first? Seagal related thing from some bloke. New Bullshido. Why can't I? Dude, how about that? I'll let you guys decide with the vote of what we watch first. That's hilarious, Humongous. That is hilarious. That's worth a sensei emoji. That's worth every single sensei emoji, actually. That's awesome. Now, I did a bit of digging in the meantime, as well as on the the unofficial Seagal fan page. Someone, for some reason, decided to write, "Got done watching Seagal Lawman on DVD." And this is the comments that people thought were appropriate to write, by the way. Can I do it? Oh, we can. All right, let's do it. Let's see if we can do that. I hope it goes to people that are here. Apparently, every month you get some memberships to give away. So I'm throwing them out there, guys. I'm just going to toss them, and hopefully it goes to people. Which, by the way, will mean something now, because I'm putting Seagal behind a paywall. He's going to be on live streams, but also behind the paywall. So yeah, and I don't know what else. Usually you get videos earlier than other people and shit too. They're randomly selected, but anyway, Seagal Lawman. It was pretty good. For me, the main positive was actually that you get to see a more human side of Seagal, since he's not really acting. I don't know if we'd say it's a more human side of Seagal. It's another side of Seagal, probably a bit more black. He's a lot more black in Lawman than he is in most other TV shows. That's for sure. I don't know if I'd say another side though, but definitely more black. On the DVD, they had bonus footage, and in one of the bonus footage videos, he was discussing the making of A Dangerous Man with his stunt coordinator and producer-director. Also, from the look of it, he actually is a pretty decent shot with the pistol. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's pump the brakes there. Thanks, Brian. Glad you enjoy it, mate. I appreciate it. He's a pretty decent shot with the pistol. I mean, he might be. He was trying to light a matchstick with the pistol, but he also closes his eyes when he's shooting not a real gun on screen. So I don't know what to think about that. I don't know how to take that comment. I think it's like a more personal version of the show Cops. If you enjoyed Cops, you'll enjoy this. Then you'll like it. I mean, Cops was real, right? Was Cops real? That wasn't scripted, wasn't it? That was literally people just following around cops, wasn't it? This is scripted. I'm not sure, Humongous. There's a thing down the bottom where it's got like a $sign, and then there's an option for membership gifting, like once a month. It lets me send out 10 memberships for free. So yeah, I don't know how else it works. I am rewatching Lawman season 1 as we speak. I got season 2 on DVD from Europe since we didn't get an official release stateside. I do like this era of Seagal, 09 to 15 or so. That was Eddie Munster hair era Seagal. He also had shaken some of his social stigma, and even mainstream folks were kind of saying they like Seagal again, thanks in part to Lawman. Nobody said that. Nobody said that at all. It's a shame that show got cancelled for abruptly in the manner it did. I think it means so abruptly in the manner it did. Well, if they didn't run over and kill a dog and euthanize a bunch of chickens and shit, probably wouldn't have been a problem. I think season 1, his black scent's probably stronger. It's hard to tell. Where'd you get season 2? There's no season 3. I've got season 2. We're getting there. I didn't have a chance to sort something out for tonight because, like I said, I only got back recently from the countryside after a bingle. But yeah. What do we got here? What's the vote going? So we got 43% Bullshido, 57 Seagal leader. All right. You guys sit tight for a second. I am going to go and get a cigarette. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this video. I'm going to start playing this video. I'll come back and talk about it. It's a guide to the many accents of Steven Seagal. If I'm not mistaken, it's probably just like a documentary about his life, if I were to guess. But we'll see. I'll come back in a sec.
What comes to mind when you hear the name Steven Seagal? Perhaps it's the young Aikido master who made movies.
Actually, bear with me one sec. Let me take my camera off because I'm in my jocks.
He's like Above the Law and Under Siege, so unmissable with his electric charisma.
Get my pies out of the oven!
Or if you're a little younger, maybe it's the fuller-figured Cajun mobster with the terrible
Get my pies out of the oven. That was a great line. I'll have to clip that. Get my pies out of the oven.
movies and avant-garde hairline.
You don't want to be a gangster? That's part of the life, bitch.
Or if you're not an action fan, perhaps you know him for his controversies. The accusations of sexual assault, war crime, whitewashing, pathological dishonesty, spontaneous male lactation, and killing a dog with a tank.
I've been a bad man.
Whichever Steve...
By the way, I know I have mentioned before that I lost my 900 gigabytes. Literally, I almost had a terabyte of Seagal shit, by the way, and I nuked it all. I lost it all in such a moron move. I literally lost all my Seagal Seagal media. You wish, Clive. You wish. I probably shouldn't use the word nuked my Seagal media, given what's going on in the world, which is a horrible thing, by the way, but it is what it is.
Steven Seagal is your Steven Seagal. You're presumably aware of his fondness for unpredictable accents, and I'm here to invite you to spend a few minutes enjoying them.
That's his badass. That's when I think that was that may have been attrition. I think that was attrition.
I'm gonna do my thing.
Say hello to my little woolly friend. Nice to meet you. Don't kill your fucking dog. Just let that.
You got a pretty mouth, boy.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you so much, man. I love how to cookies. What kind of babbling bullshit is this? I take a lifetime to make amends for the terrible things I've done.
This guy's got good editing. He's really got good editing. That's the thing. My editing kind of sucks, I think, compared to a lot of these guys with their sound and all that kind of shit and their audio, especially audio. My audio really sucks. I have Quarter. He also has one of the largest guitar collections in the world too. He's got one of the rarest sword and guitar collections. So there's a little fun fact about him. Samurai, as he would say, not samurai, samurai. He has a large collection of samurai swords, but also guitars.
Steven Seagal first came to be in Lansing, Michigan on April 10th, 1952, giving him the same birthday as Charles Manson and Joseph Goebbels, and he grew up unremarkably in Southern California, from where he left for Japan at the age of 22. There he married and claims to have studied Aikido under its creator, Morihei Ueshiba, although experts suggest this is unlikely due to Ueshiba being dead at the time.
Yeah, he was dead before Seagal was born, which is hilarious, but anyway. Small detail, guys. Just a minor detail.
Seagal's an idiot, in addition to everything else.
Stephen returned to California in the early 80s, where he opened a dojo, allowing him to befriend a handful of Hollywood big shots. And together, they effectively anointed him as an action star by dropping him straight into the lead role of a proper movie.
They did ask me to do a screen test, and I did. And they said, man, this guy has got so much, going on. He's got the charisma, he's got the look, he's got the action. We feel confident.
Those who followed Stephen's film work closely may have noticed it can be broken into loose eras defined by whichever real-life persona he was wearing at the time. His first film, Above the Law, is set in Chicago, and he only tweaks his original neutral accent in this one. But for his follow-up, Hard to Kill, he goes full-bore Italian-American New York cop, which is odd because he isn't playing an Italian-American New York cop in Hard to Kill. He's playing an Anglo-Saxon Californian cop.
You're not having a good time, huh?
This persona reaches...
He's going through his Italian face, yeah, but that's because he was connected to the mafia during this. This period was when he was connected to the mob. So I think he was heavily inspired by all the mafioso he was hanging around.
Is its zenith in Stephen's fourth film, Out for Justice, in which he plays Gino Felino.
Maybe it's like a mood swing, my hormones, I don't know. Maybe it's my need to impose my will. But I want you to tell all the finokes in here to get up on the table.
This accent isn't far off the parody he did throughout his turn hosting Saturday Night Live.
I caught these two guys with 3 kilos of cocaine. What do you think they were doing with them, making shark for girls' softball games?
Now, I understand the need for actors to adopt different accents and cultural archetypes. I'm not criticizing that principle. But when Daniel Day-Lewis does it, I start to believe he's Abraham Lincoln. When Steven Seagal does it, I start to believe he's had a stroke.
Well, I mean, if you believe Sammy the Bull Gravano, he pissed his pants, or he cried. Apparently, allegedly he cried because he was scared of the mafia, which is a legitimate response if you fear for your life to cry, but not if you're a Hollywood tough guy who plays on being tough, I guess. But it's just movies. It is just movies.
Especially if he's just stumbling around naming things he can see.
We got some gloves over here. Pictures everywhere.
This isn't an actor doing a character, it's a child doing an impersonation.
Anybody know why Richie did Bobby Lupo? Bing, bang, boom.
I come be from Brooklyn because we don't talk like that around here, you know what I'm saying?
That said, I'm going to try and avoid judging the accuracy of these accents. I'm not from Brooklyn, what do I know? But the comedy value doesn't stem from the accent being inaccurate. It's more to do with it being inconsistent.
That was great. That was a perfect weapon where there was two of them. And then his brother killed him, and he goes, his very last line was, "Avenge me, brother." And then he pierces a sword through his stomach.
As in changing from scene to scene, and inappropriate. As in, why do so many former Special Forces guys sound Cajun?
I bumped my head so hard I can't remember nothing.
Of course, that's all in addition to the way he seems to believe he actually is the kind of person he tends to play.
I try not to act.
If you binge watch 7 hours of Steven Seagal interviews, it becomes apparent that the heritage, exploits, and accents of his screen.
By the way, I would bet my left nut that this guy got a lot of his footage from my clips, from my videos. I mean, it doesn't matter because it's not. I don't own it, but I guarantee you, just by looking at the footage that he's cut, he got a lot of this shit from my videos. Just a little snippets.
Screen personas and idols have become all jumbled up on the mythological safari that is Steven Seagal talking about his life.
But he's also got a lot of original shit too. But yeah, this guy's it's a good video. I like it. He's actually got a pretty good channel. He's got 100,000 subs, and he's only done like 40 videos, so he's killing it.
This is the most difficult thing for me to talk about because I could make something up that would sound better. The truth is just too hard to believe for everybody.
Obviously, the guy's a liar.
I think this is why he has a New York accent in Hard to Kill. After Above the Law, he adopted the persona of Nico Toscani in real life.
I agree, Deez. I agree. Any attention on Seagal is brilliant. Look at his face. Look at that magnificence right there.
And it just fed back into his next movie. By the early 90s, he was doing the accent in real life and claiming his...
Yeah, I know. Oh, I download a lot of YouTube videos and clips. That's how I get a lot of my shit. I get them and then I clip them.
His mother was Italian.
I'm Italian on my mother's side.
By the way, if you're wondering what he sounded like before becoming a movie star, this 1988 interview is the earliest I've found.
Normally I work out about 2-3 hours a day. On this, I mean, in Japan I worked out 8 hours a day. But...
He did not. He did not. Who believes that? We'll just put that poll up in the background. How do I do it? Okay. Do you believe he worked out 2 or 8 hours a day? Yes. 2. Oh. Yes. 2. Yes. 8. No. Cookies and panini only. I think that's the best way to go.
Seagal's chronic self-mythologizing dishonesty isn't contained by the boundaries of cultural appropriation. From knowing Bruce Lee to saving hundreds of lives to working with the CIA. If he wants to have done it, he just says he did.
That never happened. That didn't happen.
All this presumably stems from insecurity, but it starts to look like some kind of cognitive disorder when you take into account the sheer absurdity of what he expects us to believe.
Have you ever been shot?
This is one of the best interviews, by the way. There's so many clippable things in this, from when he doesn't speak English. How do you say in English to what's the other one? About Brandon Lee to the he wasn't around Bruce much. He would badmouth people, to Michael Jai White and Van Damme. Can I laugh in your face? So much shit in this one. So much shit.
Yes.
Obviously, the guy's a liar.
Anyway, Italian-American Steven Seagal was one of the most short-lived Steven Seagals, although he did return to a version of the accent later in his career when playing a mafia godfather who can't stand up in Gut Shot Straight.
Believe me, this is not the kind of role you should go down. You're a fucking card player, Jack, and not even a good one.
The first community Steven tapped into with any real commitment was that of the indigenous peoples of North America.
My mother was American Indian.
He began to claim ancestry in interviews and adopted their culture, ethics, and even fashions, both on screen and in what we'll call his real life, which is literally no more real than his movie life.
Well, that's a beautiful coat. I'm guessing that's American Indian of some kind. Where did you get that?
We had a costume designer kind of have this stuff made for the movie.
I was thinking that maybe a tribe somewhere in the...
Hey, I don't know if anyone knows this, Humongous. You might know this. This guy's got the name in the corner, right? Late Show with David Letterman, and then Worldwide Pants. If you put that shit on, are you allowed to use their content if you
country knew you and liked you and had made you an honorary member of the tribe?
That's true. That is true.
See, that's a much better story.
Sadly, he didn't attempt an accent with this fad, which I'm sure we can all agree is a great shame, but he was still embroiled in the Italian-American.
This is what happens when you pollute the planet.
This Native American trend is wrapped up in Seagal's famed commitment to environmentalism, which persisted from 1994 to at least 1998, and was reflected in the themes of the films he was making at the time, On Deadly Ground,
What does it take to change the essence of a man?
Fire Down Below,
You got a pretty mouth, boy.
and The Patriot,
I'm not a terrorist. I'm a doctor.
in which he
I like this guy's editing. I really do. I like the way he's edited this. It's really well done. I've seen a lot of Seagal documentaries. Like, I've seen a lot, obviously. I dare say I'm probably seen more than anyone else Seagal related content. And this guy's editing is really good. I like it.
plays a cowboy, a retired Special Forces survivalist, a Native American healer, and the world's leading professor.
Let's give him a thumbs up, eh?
Professor of cellular immunology.
And you seem so surprised.
By 1996, Seagal's ongoing quest for an identity all his own had brought him to religion, and specifically Buddhism.
Yeah, I am a Lama, I'm a Tuku, I'm a Rinpoche, and I have studied Buddhism and Zen my whole life.
Because, of course,
I mean, I was raised in Asia.
You left Orange County at 22.
I'm a little bit Asian.
Obviously, the guy's a liar.
All I have is a picture of my father's family, and they got pretty slanted eyes.
Importantly, Buddhism didn't replace Stephen's previous passions, instead being adopted alongside them. That's how he was able to spend a few years ducking back and forth between his...
He did go through a really strong Buddhism phase. He didn't want to hit anyone. He didn't want to kill anyone. Sorry, I think he didn't want to do violence at all. It was very strange. That didn't last long though, because then he started just but didn't he? Well, he killed a dog. I believe he was in the tank. I don't know if he was driving it.
Tibetan mystic and white savior personas, but he soon lost interest in both after developing a new fascination.
You're in Texas. You gotta look Texas.
Lord, that's beautiful. Thank you so much, man. You know, my daddy's from Texas, so I still remember a little bit about this.
After flirting with Italian pronunciation, Native American appropriation, and Buddhist impersonation, Steven Seagal began to mine the richest of his many seams of hijacked heritage, the family of accents best described as from the South.
It's like a monkey trying to f*** a football now, really. This whole thing, it's just a f***ing mess.
At some point around the mid-90s, Steven bought property in New Mexico and a few years later, Louisiana. And it's this spiritual move southeast from Hollywood that seems to have...
It looks like we're coming to Lawman time.
...triggered a new wave of accents.
Well, probably I would like you a lot less if you had a dick. Especially if it was bigger than mine. You know what I mean?
I don't think that's possible.
His acting has often been described as limited, but there is variety within these accents and performances. For example, there's a version of Southman so laid back it makes him sound like he's on the brink of a Mogadon Coke.
How does this dude make all of his clips look like HD quality? I don't know how he does that either. That's pretty awesome.
You know, we find folks, we interview them. If we like them, we give them a box of chocolates. If we don't, we kill them.
Then there are times when his intensity creates a real air of danger, and suddenly it's like we're watching a young Pacino.
These the same gangsters that you pulled off the heist with, where the money disappeared? You don't want to be a gangster? That's part of the life, bitch.
I remember that. Beyond the Law. That was great. That was his last movie, actually.
He tends to save his most southern accents for the big moments, though. Scenes that carry a bit of emotional weight.
Look under every rock. Do everything you have to do to find out who did this to that boy. I'm gonna head over to this charity now.
All right, so we're gonna do a poll for the movie this weekend. This weekend's movie: A Good Man or Beyond the Law? Yeah, if you all didn't know, remember Beyond the Law was the one he was in there, and A Good Man was the one with in Romania. I don't know if we've done that one with the Romanian prostitute. I'll have to check back. I don't think we've done that. We may have, but I was thinking of A Good Man or Code of Honor. One of those two.
I imagine it must be hard for such a serious actor to prevent similar but different characters from rolling into each other. And it must be even more difficult when your everyday persona is wrapped up in it all.
I try not to act.
Perhaps this is why Steven sometimes mistakes movie events for everyday events, and vice versa. Like in Beyond the Law, when he seems to momentarily forget he's playing a mob boss and starts ad-libbing about real life.
Can you meet with her tonight? I got to clean up my house after that neighbor's child came and dirtied it up, and then...
When this happens, directors have to fit in. By all accounts,
He's got some quality lines. We'll say that. He's definitely got some quality lines. I don't know if he writes them himself, but he's got some quality lines.
There's no point trying to direct Steven Seagal. If he wants to talk about fish today, he's going to talk about fish today.
This fish. People saying...
Sean, I messaged you on X, mate, about your Seagal story. I don't know if you've responded to me. I'm pretty sure I messaged you. No? Okay, maybe not. Yeah, you didn't respond to me. So, also, I didn't do it last night. So maybe we'll save it for this Sunday, Sean. Are you happy to come on this Sunday, seeing as though I got you here? Are you happy to come on this Sunday? I'll send you it'd be easy if you actually just email me. But if you're keen, email me, Sean. If you're keen to come on this Sunday, I want to hear your Seagal shenanigans. All right, back to the show. Sorry.
Well, I shouldn't eat the fish because the fish is, an important sentient being, and that's true.
Excuse me, sir. I have some news.
It better be about fish. What we just saw was the 1990s Steven who pretended to care, trying to reclaim himself from the modern Steven who doesn't.
I'm somebody that's sent to prison, boy.
Like all the others, Steven's southern accent comes and goes and tends to be exaggerated when he's talking to people who speak that way naturally.
If you're white, he's like, how's it going? And then the black people, he's like, what's up, cuz? And then to all...
Yeah, which is very true. I mean, we've seen it ourselves many, 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 many times.
Latinos, he insists on speaking horrifically broken Spanish, even if they start the conversation in English.
How y'all doing? What's going on, cuz? Hola, ¿qué tal?
What else, brother?
Obviously, this is reflected in movies, where anyone Stephen's playing becomes around 40% more urban when they speak to an African-American character.
It's not like him to leave out in the open like this.
Nah, he flipping the MO, man. He trying to f with our heads.
I blame Ja Rule for all this.
A little thug in it.
All right. How's that?
You see what I'm doing that right there? You see what I'm getting at in there?
Could he not see?
Nah, I think he was black before 2002. Surely he had a few moments of blackness before 2002. What about Exit Wounds? Wasn't he a little bit black in Exit Wounds?
Where teaching Steven Seagal this kind of cliched vernacular would end.
Get your white ass out of here, hear me?
That's where it ends. Someone stop him, by force if necessary.
Nobody threatens me. Now get your ugly white ass out of here. Don't come back.
So, in terms of accents, Steven Seagal has generally favoured a spectrum, with his naturally manufactured dialect at one end and his southern drawl at the other, while enjoying eras of Italian-American and African-American influenced lilts. And on occasion, he's broken out his Russian accent too.
You're Russian?
Yeah, I'm Russian. You got a problem with that? I'm a Russian Mongol, and I'm Russian.
This began in the early 2000s, which seems to be when he started to sour on America.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's check out that hair right. Look at that. Look at that. That is magnificent. Oof. Tell me that ain't the sexiest thing you've seen. That is literally like something stuck to it. That's a magnificent hair, man. That's thick. That's lush. That's luscious.
Seems to be when he started to sour.
Well, yeah, this guy's got awesome editing. Like I'm saying, his editing, his production value is awesome. Like it's a very good documentary. Like way better than any of the shit I could put together. It's just quality.
On America and begin his journey towards Russian citizenship.
Loyalty costs us everything, brother.
Now I might be biased because of the content. All right, the quality, the actual content in it being Seagal, but I think it's awesome.
Loyalty between you and me cost us our freedom for 5 years. 5 years, Nicola.
That's the best one when he's
Finally,
Russian.
we get to the real highlight of the Steven Seagal linguistic landscape, the results of his reluctance to ADR his own dialogue.
How long have you been in Warsaw, Mr. Hale?
You know what? I gotta send my boss an email. I gotta go.
Okay.
Dialogue recorded on a movie set is often compromised by background noise or problems positioning microphones, or in Steven Seagal's movies, silly accents and muttering.
You know what, man? Luck is a funny motherfucking thing.
This means it's common for actors to have to re-record or loop.
So basically, he records all his shit. Then they decide they want to cut a lot of it, and they have to just bring someone else in because they don't want to bring. I bet you they don't want to bring Seagal back.
Parts of their own dialogue after filming, and that's a process for which Steven has a notorious lack of enthusiasm, so quite often he just doesn't bother doing it.
It's like a real English soccer match, huh?
Well, I don't know. I never seen any English soccer match, but you can bet your life there's somebody close to us that's orchestrating this whole thing.
On such occasions, the director will have to find someone who can approximate Steve.
That's a little bit like Edward Norton, like an old, chubby-faced Edward Norton. Now, thanks, Deez. I appreciate it, mate. Thank you. Yeah, he looks a bit like a chubby Edward Norton mixed with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Half Joseph Gordon-Levitt, half Edward Norton, if you ask me.
Even suite of accents, and who can do it without being crippled.
Yeah, that was me, Dr. Murdercock. It's just it can give away 10 free memberships, and you're lucky enough to get one, so congrats.
By dissociative identity disorder, and these stand-ins deliver variable results. Occasionally, it might not be immediately obvious whether it's Steven or not.
I don't know if it was right or not, but all I did was follow orders. It's a little bizarre to get punished for shit like that, ain't it?
But usually it's hilariously apparent it isn't.
Anything else?
Thank you, Rosa. Do you know any good jokes?
Yeah, sometimes I don't even try and get a close match to his voice.
That means no.
The guy who stands in for him in Out of Reach is particularly funny. His voice could hardly be less similar, and because Seagal's character is sponsoring an orphan, part of his job is to read out loud the letters he writes her.
Dear Irina, I may have to go away for a while, but don't worry. You can contact me in Montreal at the address below. It's hidden in a cipher called Zodiac. Remember Napoleon and be strong.
You just know Seagal refused to say that. Then there are the movies with scenes that cut back and forth between the original on-set audio and a Steven impersonator's ADR'd audio, and that really scuppers the illusion.
If we do it right, we're all free. If you do it wrong, ain't nobody know nothing.
And we're supposed to trust you.
It's easy, you know. You can come with me, or you could stay in jail.
That's the best. The best is when they change it like mid-scene.
Get romantic with your boyfriend.
Uncle Sam needs us. He got something sensitive that has to be done.
Different stand-in actors home in on different characteristics. In Born to Raise Hell, it's about imitating that can't be asked with any of this intonation. The words all run together in a lethargic exhalation.
Well, like I told you, man, I put about 3 rounds. And yeah, I said it, but I got the shot off.
You think it's his Costell character?
1,000,000% it's him.
At other times, like in Attack Force, the approach is reminiscent of 70s and 80s Italian B-movies, where the voice is completely different, but does at least fit the look of the character.
Well, Raina, here are your choices. Talk or die. Where's the run base?
It'd be
Attack Force was great.
Fun to see a whole movie done like this, but as ever, it's just the bits Seagal couldn't be bothered with.
Raina, do you hear me? I'm running out of patience.
I will never tell you anything.
This time you really pissed me off. You killed all of my best men.
This is a common approach. Don't worry too much about accuracy and instead focus on making the voice appropriate. In 2009's A Dangerous Man, for example, it actually makes the character more believable when it isn't being voiced.
We actually watched that last week? Yeah, last week we did that, didn't we? A Dangerous Man, where he got a nice look at the titties.
By Seagal.
There are no words to describe what it's like when you're an innocent man in prison, sitting there and waiting and hoping and praying that this day will come.
As of early 2026, Steven Seagal hasn't had a movie out for nearly 7 years.
Lord
He
of the
does have
Dragon.
something in the works with Uwe Boll protege Vyacheslav Katusan, but it seems unlikely we'll ever see that long-mooted third Under Siege movie, or indeed anything else that he didn't shoot over.
Hey, that's funny. That's us. That's cute. He did put us in there. There you go.
Third Under Siege movie, or indeed anything else that he didn't shoot over a weekend in Serbia.
Who the f*** you think you are?
These days he lives in Russia, and although no charges have been brought against him in the US, there seems little chance of anyone in Hollywood wanting to work with him again.
Multiple allegations of sexual misconduct.
That guy's an idiot.
Vladimir Putin.
Obviously, the guy's a
By the way, if this is supposed to be a professional news channel, right? I don't know what channel this is. Steven Seagal accused of sexual assault. They didn't even spell assault properly on ABC 7. I'm assuming ABC is a big channel in America, maybe not number 7, but they didn't even spell sexual assault properly. You know how amusing it is when giant corporations fuck shit up like that? It's pretty pathetic, but it's also amusing as shit.
Sexual misconduct.
That guy's an idiot.
Vladimir Putin.
Obviously, the guy's a liar.
Steven Seagal is out of his mind.
I think you got the wrong guy, sir. I'm a professor. I just received an award.
How many action fans can look past the sexual
Mind.
I think you got the wrong guy, sir. I'm a professor. I just received an award.
How many action fans can look past the sexual assault allegations and not mind that he's 73 years old and over 300 pounds? In other words, who's still a Steven Seagal fan?
Steven Seagal, one of my favorite action heroes.
Oh, f*** off.
That was good. Rob Hill's yeah, he's got some good shit. Oh, Rob Hill, that's his name. But well done, mate. And he gave us a little bit of a shout out at the end there, I guess, by throwing up Under Siege 3. That was good. I'm just going to check if my mic's still working fine. Yes, we're still sweet. All right, now Bullshido. We've got a new Bullshido out, so we're going to check that out. So Beyond the Laws won the vote, I guess. For those people that are here, you get that privilege of getting to vote on that. Vladimir Putin. I like that, Nuno. That's pretty much what it sounds like. You're not wrong, Nuno. Now, I've got a lot of Bullshido going on. Okay. Now, today's episode is about a man who has possibly the greatest name in martial arts. Okay. His name is Richard Deadly Dickers. He calls himself that, by the way. Richard Deadly Dickers Hopkins. Now, the reason why I put this guy in a video is because, well, one, if you're going to call yourself Deadly Dickers, I think you want a video made about you. Let's go to YouTube. I'll show you. Now, before we get into it, the dick kind of lost his plot later on in life and started making weird videos. Like a couple of weird ass ones like this. They're his sons. They're also martial artists. That's Deadly Dickers on the left there. But anyway, without further ado, we'll get into Deadly Dickers. I'm not going to go too long tonight, guys. So we're going to probably watch the Bullshido. I'll talk about what we're doing next week, and then we might finish it up because honestly, I'm pretty knackered after a 7-hour drive, and I got back late. And like I said, there was a bit of a bingle. But I just want to touch base. And obviously, this week we'll be back on Sunday. Now that I'm back at home base, we'll be back on Sunday with a Seagal heavy show. All right, Dickers. Let's get into Dickers. It's not super long either, but he's fun. He's a fun guy. The reason, again, I chose this is just because of his name. So, yeah, thanks, Nuno. I really like that song. I enjoyed it. The rock part was awesome. All right, let's go. After covering the Diddler Dillman,
Press. You press.
My chi is up now because of the filming. I have half moons in my fingertips now. That means the chi is just coming out. Plus,
good old Nami from the East. Nami was one of my favorites. Nami had about literally 50 hours of quality footage. I could have made a 2-hour video about Nami. And, of course, Sensei Succulent Rump.
The reason why Anderson Silva and Leoda knocked them out is because they did what I told them. Does he have to be filming now?
My balls were tingling with anticipation when I stumbled across a man with a moniker that warrants a video purely based on that alone. I'm talking about Richard Deadly Dickers Hopkins. Now, this guy's videos are what's awesome, and because they're from the 80s and 90s, they got awesome backing tracks. Unfortunately, I couldn't play them all in the video at the normal speed because I would have got copyright done, and I can't be fucked arguing about a song, 7 seconds of a song. But it's all about the production quality with Dickers. It's all about the production quality.
Deadly Dickers.
Now, when a man calls himself that, he deserves the attention. And from the limited footage I've seen of Dickers, he is something of a showman. So that's Dickers there, I guess, a little bit later in life. It still looks like it's about 20 years old, but it's a little bit later in life. That's Dickers.
How many of you are there?
We are everywhere.
I found Dickers in some karate scraps here showing off his skills. This is what he writes in his own videos, by the way. Once you see him, this is his own promotional work. I'm guessing he did his own promotional work. Once you have seen him, found Dickers in some karate scraps here showing off his skills. You'll never forget him. And the Dicky boy is brimming with energy and enthusiasm. Dickers is a bit of a showman. He likes to bounce around on his feet. Master Dickers loves to fight. And he does love a jumping, spinning back kick. His badass signature move. And I can see that he couldn't quite get to the Van Damme helicopter kick. But he does love a spinning back kick. I don't think he's quite got like Joe Rogan or St. Pierre levels of the kick, but he's doing his best. Dick actively growing as he develops from someone who doesn't like getting punched in the face to a man who starts chopping people's legs. Now, I want you guys to listen. So hopefully if you rewatch this video, it's being released later tonight, so please go and rewatch it. Obviously, his name's Dickers, so I made a lot of puns around the word dick, and hopefully people pick up on it in the commentary. Thanks, AD. I appreciate it, mate. ADHD. I like it. ADHD 777. Creative name. Thank you, brother. I'm glad you like it, mate. As long as it gives you some laughs, bit of a distraction from all the bullshit that goes on in the world. I should say all the lies and all the bullshit that we see. So, anyway, back to Dickers. As he develops from... Okay, so... And I can see the dick actively growing as he develops from someone who doesn't like getting punched in the face to a man who starts chopping people's legs. Dick's confidence is growing. You might even dare say he's getting erect. You'll donate $100 if I remove my sunglasses. Well, do it then. Donate the $100 and I'll take my sunglasses off. For how long, though? Because these are prescription sunglasses, so I can't see without them. I mean, I'm not going to pull my knob out, but if you wanted me to just take my sunglasses off, that's fine. But I still have to wear glasses, so I don't know. You're not going to see much. Yeah, you can see it for free. That's what my eyes look like. Dick, go Dick. Look at him. He's got the hands on the hips. See what I mean? He's a showman. The Dick is a showman. He doesn't mind swinging the dick around. How much to show Starfish? Is this going to be one of those? Is this like a Dark Mirror? Is it Black Mirror episode where the guy needs money and he starts doing all sorts of weird shit for people to pay him? Are we going to get into that realm? Dick does show up, D's. Dick shows up all the time. Dick stands up to attention when he needs to. Exactly right, Nuno. It is respect for the sunglasses. Unsurprisingly, a man with such a name is something of a gun director as well. Now, he said he's got more shit coming soon, but there was none. I looked everywhere and I couldn't find it. I could not find it at all, which is, yeah, annoying. I was really hoping to find more. Putting together some great footage of himself with an awesome backing track.
Deadly Dickers.
Beginning with his patented spin kick. It's a background music, man. I wish I could play it for you all. I might just show you the clip later afterwards, because if this gets copyright, I don't really care. I don't make money off the live streams. Because I don't put ads on the live streams, and most of the time it's copyright content, there's no monetization on this. So I will show you guys the clip later on. But yeah, other than obviously ADHD, thank you. When you guys contribute like that, it helps. But we'll play it later. I want you guys to hear the music. It's awesome. He progresses into showing us how human domino douchebags work. All right, now, we're supposed to believe that his kick was so powerful that it pushed 7 men or 8 men. But they're standing on top of each other. Like, there's no room for balance here. Now, you got to give it to Big Dick. He can move quite well for a bloke with a beer gut. And I put that down to stash power. Actually, no, I did play the version with the music slowed down. Sorry, I didn't play the fast version. I'm playing the uncut version here. This was copyright struck already by YouTube. But it's an awesome 80s action power music, man. The power ballads. Breaking boards, you say? Dickers could probably do that with, well, his... Instead, he uses his elbows, fists, and his head. Good call, PSP. Far too much dick for YouTube to be able to handle. I don't think they're going to appreciate the word dickers all the time, or dick in this chat either. Did I mention that he loves his spin kick? He did that himself, by the way. I didn't edit that. He did this editing himself on his own spin kick. And I didn't edit it this way. Dickers did. God bless Dickers.
Deadly Dickers.
Thank you, Paul.
In fairness, at least Big D is probably breaking actual boards. Not the trash they use nowadays.
Here we go.
I mean, that's a decent sized board, man. That's a proper board. Look at the thickness on that. I mean, it does look a little bit... I don't know. Do you think there's a curve on that? Thanks, Snake. Appreciate it, mate. I appreciate you slithering in. Thank you very much, bud. It looks a little bit bent, but I don't think it is. That's a proper board. That's some proper board right there. When you nickname yourself Deadly Dickers, it means you got to do some outrageous shit to warrant such a badass name.
Deadly Dickers.
That includes pouring petrol on your arm, lighting some bricks, breaking them, and then immediately... By the way, that got demonetized. I released that as a YouTube short under the title When Keeping It Real Goes Wrong. And YouTube decided to demonetize that. I don't know what reason they gave, actually. Let's check it out now. They gave me a reason. I'm not sure why. Ad suitability. Harmful acts and unreliable claims. I don't even know what that means. So I got done for harmful acts and unreliable claims.
Pay attention. You're paying attention.
Harmful acts and unreliable claims. I don't know what the hell that means, but anyway. Putting your arm in water because you shit your pants. So someone pours petrol on Dickers' arm here. He's doing the same thing to what the kid did, basically. I mean, he kind of lunged for the water straight away, so it made it a little bit less. You know what I'm saying? Like a little bit less, I don't know, impactful. Like he dived into the water like a bit of a bitch. I'm not going to say that, but he kind of dived into the water like a little bit of a bitch. It doesn't change the awesome feat, but I'm pretty sure the fire wasn't necessary. Deadly Dickers. It seems like an obvious name. You know, his name is Richard, so Deadly Dickers is a good stage name. But there is another reason why Dickers' dick is deadly. Nice. Just to be clear, I'm not necessarily putting Lethal Cock in the same basket as the Bullshido blokes. He knows his stuff, plus is a bit of a savage. Now, the thing about those nut shots is, right, sometimes they're not going straight for your nuts. They're going underneath in the taint area. But nonetheless, there'd be some incidental cock and ball wipe contact. Incidental contact on the nuts and the cock. So he's still taking a swift kick to the bollocks, as they say in the UK. She's pulling her kicks a little bit. Definitely. And doesn't do any woo-woo stuff. I mean, Dickers is hard. I mean, no matter how you look at it, Dick is hard, man. Deadly Dickers is hard. He's a bit of a savage. He's a wild dick. But if you're going to call yourself Deadly Dickers, set yourself on fire for whatever reason, take some shots to the nuts, create awesome fight montages, and dick tease us with more videos and then never produce. What else is a man to do but show the world the very rare footage of your brilliance?
Do you get a religious satisfaction from this? Don't know. Just like killing people. Have you ever tasted the blood of your victim? Every day.
Honestly, I don't know what happened to Dick. He kind of lost the plot a little bit in this era here. He's kind of just, I don't know, embraced the internet, I guess. Honestly, the only flaw I can see in Dickers is that he didn't have a reliable Paul.
I'll just bring Paul over here. That's a knockout point. Thank you, Paul.
Imagine how awesome he would have been with the right sidekick.
And we're squeezing hard behind the windpipe. Thank you, Paul.
At this point, Dickers is probably pretty old now, but as recent as 2000. So Dickers was involved in a brawl with his sons recently, in like 10 years ago. 16s, he was up to some shenanigans with his young sons at a martial arts tournament in Italy. I'm not speculating on whose fault it was, but needless to say, Dickers probably jizzed on someone's carbonara, and they did not appreciate it.
That was a Deadly Dicker skydiving competition. Huh? I don't know. I'm Deadly Dicker. This is me.
Anyway, that's a Deadly Dickers. He's going to be out later tonight. So if you get a chance, please watch it just to help the algorithm. But we got coming up, I'm doing a new Lawman soon. I'm going to finish off season 2. This weekend we'll either do Beyond the Law. You guys voted for, a Lawman. Depends on how I go with time. But I'm bringing Beyond the Law. And we'll give Lawman a break until next week. But the plan for this week is I've got some new Bullshido compilation, including goodies such as obviously we're going to call that Hissy Fit Bullshido. So, I've got random things like that. Some of my favorite ones. I was going to do a video about this shit. This is what I found. I did a short clip on this on YouTube Shorts, but tell me this is not some of the funniest shit ever. Oh, no, that one was all right. Where's the... this one here. I wanna fuck you in the ass. This when I saw this one, I just started pissing myself laughing. Something about a bunch of grown men in the jungle. There's some women there too, by the looks of it, but a lot of just men hanging out in the jungle.
You look so sexy when you're moving. No, I can't refuse your love.
It's a banging track. I never heard it before, but it's a banging track.
So bend over, baby, please. Bring that sweet booty to me right now. So DJ, make it last. Let me work this big old ass, baby. I wanna fuck you.
Okay, this is one of my favorite clips. So the guy on the right here is apparently doing some kind of no touch force against this other guy, but it just looks like they're doing gay shit with this song on. So yeah, I was thinking about doing a video on these guys because there's a lot of them doing weird shit. I mean, there's some overlap, but this has got to be some kind of cult like shit, right? Well, this one's like a Russian song. Kind of reminds me of Russian Enya, I guess you'd call it. Tell me this track doesn't just remind you of Russian Enya. I mean, what the fuck are they doing here? Yeah, Enya, Enigma, and what is it? They had a song called Shadiness or Sadness or whatever the fuck it was called. It's kind of like that. Take it easy, Deez. Thanks for coming as always, brother. Be well, my friend. All right. Anyway, so you get the point of these guys trudging along. So it's either going to be something like that. There's a new random Bullshido going on because I've got a lot of, like I said, I've got a lot of random shit, man. I don't even know where to. Like I said, there's a lot of shit. There's more. John Wick's back again. There's more of John Wick doing his loving the pole.
You can let it all go. Free fall. It's called free fall.
I don't know who this guy is, but he's got a bit of a love affair with this thing that he attacks.
The devil said quit. Can't be bothered. Better handle your shit. Keep about your wrist, man. Keep about your wrist. Know yourself and who you came in with. Did I sit down? I better sit all day. I can't even count how many souls I made. Off the same deal you wrong. Remember, the devil ain't a friend and no one. But find you. You can let it all go. You can let it all go. That shit's easy. Let me show you how it's like.
I don't know if this guy wants to kill or fuck this thing instrument. I don't know. We'll do a quick poll before we finish this video. Do you think he wants to kill or fuck that thing? Kill, fuck. Both. Any order. Oh, he just landed a kiss on it. I feel like he and that thing have been through a lot together.
Let me show you how it's like.
I don't know if he wants to, I don't know if he wants to fuck or to kill it. So anyway, there's a bunch of random clips that I'm going to throw in next week as well. But yeah, so the plan is Bullshido. Dickers is coming out tonight. So like I said, please watch that. Probably be a new Lawman episode. Movie-wise, I'm not sure when that's coming out, but there will be one next Sunday night. We'll do Beyond the Law is the plan. But yeah, I think we're going to finish it up there, legends. Like I said, just a short one tonight. A bit of a making up for not being here last night, but everything goes back to normal this Sunday now that I'm back in town. So thank you all for coming and spending your Monday morning or night or whatever it is with me. Again, I apologize for last night, but sometimes shit happens. But until next time, my friends, thank you all for coming. Appreciate you. Love you. Stay awesome. Thank you, Paul. Keep an eye out for Deadly Dickers, the hardest man in town. But ultimately, have a good week, my friends. Stay safe out there. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.